If you're using desktop Excel, make sure that when you click on the Data tab, you will see an analysis group, which is this one, Data Analysis. It will make your life a lot easier. If you don't see the Data Analysis tab and you're using desktop Excel, click on File and go to Options. And let's try again. Come on, go to Options. Oh, here's Options. And click on the add-ins. Go to the bottom and it says Manage Excel Add-ins. Click on Go and make sure there's a check mark next to the Analysis Tool Pack. Give it some time to appear. It will just take seconds. Then click on the Data tab. And the Data Analysis should appear somewhere on the ribbon. Okay, once the Data Analysis group is there, you click on it and then choose Histogram. Now to choose a histogram, it will ask for your input range. Normally, there's nothing in there. You will check the chart output. But notice you have two parameters here, the data, which is easy. We know where they are, B2 to B49, and the bin range. We don't have a bin range here yet, so we'll make up one. And then we'll come back to Data Analysis. So these are our bins, and they are actually the right endpoints of the bins. So the first right endpoint is 10, followed by 20. And then to make it easy on you, highlight the two cells and then click on the little square here and drag it down until you see 150. Now I want to make these things dollars, so I will say currency, and I don't want the extra zeros. So these are my bins. Now I'm ready to click on Data and then Data Analysis, and I'm going to choose Histogram. Now I've already put, normally these are blank. So for the input range, I can just click on that up arrow and then drag this all the way down to the last data item and then close it, and notice it's gonna be there. You could also have just typed B2 to B49. That would work. A shortcut is to click on the first cell and then Control Shift down arrow, and it will give the range automatically as well. Now for the bin range, you have to choose these, the ones we just made. Close that one, and then for the output range, it means the area on the spreadsheet where you want to see your output, and we can just get some large enough space here. Make sure the chart output is checked and click OK. And there you have it. You got it all, both of them in one step. Now for these frequencies, you need to copy them and paste them here. And you paste them as values. You do this, click on this icon with a 1, 2, 3. Now this doesn't look like a histogram. A histogram should not have large gaps between the bars, except if a bar actually represents one with frequency 0. So we will adjust this later. I just want to remind you to always check the values that you got for the frequencies. And here's one way to do that. I can copy all the data, Control C, Control V, and let me just give this a color so that I know which one to delete later. And I'm going to sort it. Go to data and then I'll say sort. And I will just do current selection because I selected the yellow data, the yellow highlighted data. So I sorted it. Now notice that the top element is 2.32, the smallest, and the lowest element, the element at the bottom is the highest, 135.54. So this is sorted. How many are less than or equal to $10? 3. So this is correct. From 10:01 to 20, before 20, it's this highlighted group. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's correct. You don't have to check everything, just check a few values. So now that we know it's correct, we can delete this column. Be careful that you don't delete the other stuff. And we're going ahead to fix the histogram. The first thing we have to do is to fix the gaps. We don't want large gaps between the bars. So we click on the bars. Clicking on any bar would do. I need to fix the gap. Click on this icon, the bars, and then you want to make the gap smaller, maybe like 5%. There, so now they're closer together. And then I need to change the labels here. So I'm going to select my data and I'm going to edit this. I want it to be these. Okay. The frequency I don't need to touch because we don't want this bin. And then we need to change the title. And this title would be you can choose a better title. But if I put histogram, then I don't need to put frequency because it's clear that a histogram would have frequency on the vertical axis. I don't need this either. Okay, so it depends on what you want to do. And finally, for the line graph, oops, Control Z. Sometimes you're going to touch something that you're not supposed to. You just do Control Z, which is undo. I'm moving this graph to give room for my line graph. For the line graph, I need to get both columns. The time and the dollar amounts. And I'm going to insert a graph and I'm going to pick this one. It's a line. And I'm going to pick one with points. So here it is. It was automatically done. And notice that the labels are 7, 730, 8, 830. If I want to make the graph bigger, it will grab exactly the labels on the first column. So all you have to do now is change the title. So you can type a proper title here. Now if you click on the plot area, these icons are going to appear. They're actually buttons. If you want to change the titles, make sure that the axis titles are checked. And if they are checked, there will be temporary titles appearing on the graph. So if this is not there, there won't be temporary titles, but if you check it, they will be there. So you have to change this, give it a proper title, and change this, give it a proper title. And of course that one.